This is Elaine Paganchev, Management 300. This is for Unit 10. We're looking at groups, teams, community, followership, all the items on Unit 10. First off, followership. Why are we talking about followership when this is a leadership class? Well, leadership and followership are very closely intertwined. These are two fundamental roles that individuals shift into and out of under various conditions. Everyone, leaders included, are followers at one time or another. And most individuals, even those in positions of authority, have some kind of boss or supervisor. So individuals are more often followers than they are leaders. Another thing to remember is that even if you're in a position of leadership, you are influenced by the actions and the attitudes of followers. And many of the qualities that are desirable in a leader that we've been talking about are the same qualities that an effective follower will also have. As we refer to DAFT, there are 5 followership styles, and this is based on the work of Robert Kelly. We have a couple dimensions here. The first dimension is critical thinking versus uncritical thinking. You see that along the bottom. And the second dimension is active versus passive behavior. So based on these criteria, we have alienated, effective, conformist, passive, and pragmatic survivor followers. Let's go into each one of these. You see here that alienated is passive yet independent, and they are often experienced followers and effective followers who have had setbacks and obstacles, mostly promises that were broken by their superiors. If they are alienated enough, they allow hostility and cynicism in their work. A second type of follower is the conformist, someone who participates actively but doesn't use their own critical thinking skills and task behavior. They carry out the orders regardless of the nature of those tasks. They participate willingly, but not necessarily considering the consequences of what they're being asked to do. They're concerned mostly with avoiding conflict. Then we have the pragmatic survivor. This person has qualities of all 4 extremes. If you recall, they're in the middle of the group, right there, smack dab in the middle. And these people use whatever style is best suited to the position that they have and the circumstances that are required. They tend to avoid risks, foster the status quo, and very often for political reasons, stay out of things. The passive follower is, just like it says, passive, uncritical. They don't display initiative, they don't display a sense of responsibility, they're limited to what they're told to do and accomplish things only with a great deal of supervision. Oops, I forgot to do the next slide. There it is. Passive followers often result when the leaders are over-controlling or leaders punish mistakes. They take the passive role as a defense. And then we have the effective follower. They don't try to avoid risk or conflict. They have courage to initiate. They put themselves at risk. They will even put themselves in conflict with others to serve the best interest of the organization. Obviously, if we're leaders, we want effective followers. DAFT talks about demands on the effective follower. An effective follower often has courage and integrity. They're willing to accept responsibility. They know what they stand for. They're willing to express their own ideas to their leaders, even though this might mean that their jobs are in jeopardy, even though they may be demeaned or they may be feeling inadequate. What does it take? It takes the will to assume responsibility, the will to serve, the will to challenge, the will to participate in transformation, and the will to leave if that's what it takes to remain sane. It's time to take their support elsewhere.